All right, hello, how's everybody doing? My name is Denzel with 2 L's, and we're about to make some tea. Thank you for sharing because he was hitting up. Somebody liked my comment. So, my name is Denzel. Welcome, and we're about to make some herbal tea. So, I have some water right here boiling. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to take a whole bunch of herbs and these key limes and make very, very powerful tea. Very, very powerful tea. Stay tuned. So, yeah, how are y'all doing today? Probably gonna cut this part out. All right, gotta make sure everything that we're using is clean and sterilized. Very important. So what we're doing right now is we're about to make some tea. Some very, very powerful tea. This tea is so powerful because it has everything I got. Everything that I got is in this tea. So you seen the water that's boiling, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some ginger. You can gauge how much ginger that you can take or that you need because the ginger has little lines. Little lines. My hands were smoking. It was letting off condensation. But we're just gonna take a little bit. We'll take probably this line right here. We don't need that much. The reason why we're taking the ginger is because ginger has the highest concentration of magnesium that we can find in nature. When we low on magnesium, we have all kind of problems. We're not sleeping well, our hair is falling out, our sexual drive is down, and that's for women and men. But a lot of people don't go to the holistic way. We rather take the shortcut and choose something that, because man-made things aren't always bad, but we would rather choose the man-made thing over the thing that's like proven to work. Because humans are smart. We're very kind and intelligent people for the most part. We're good people. But we are also lazy. Our whole circulatory system is very, very lazy. Like, if our body has helium inside it, it'll go pick up the helium before it'll go pick up the oxygen because the oxygen is lazy. I mean, because the oxygen weighs just a little bit more, our body is just lazy. It's just a lazy vessel, and we gotta overpower that with our mind. So we look for easy ways out, and the holistic way may take a little bit longer, and it's a lot harder because we're going to have to make sacrifices, removing things from our body, our diet, that cause us to feel sick or feel bad. And sometimes we go to pills and stuff, and to the doctor and scientists, it works sometimes. But the vast majority of the time, it doesn't. So what I did just now, right, I just peeled the skin off this ginger. Peeled the skin off the ginger. We don't want none of the skin on there because the skin is gonna mess us up. We're not supposed to be eating the skin of most things, but like fruits and vegetables for the most part, we can eat that. But you definitely don't want to eat that skin because it's like very, very rough, coarse in our digestive system. And trust me, I thought I could take the shortcut and just, you know what I'm saying, leave a little bit on there, but save yourself a lot of time, trouble, and agony. Just take those few seconds to peel it off. I didn't even use the sharp side of the knife. That's how easy it is to peel the ginger off, and that's how much it wants us to peel it off, that it's very soft. The next thing I'm about to do is I'm about to grind this ginger up and put it into this boiling water that I have up there. So about to grind this ginger up into this tea. Again, ginger is essential for pregnant women about to become pregnant. You make some ginger tea for them and have them come in the kitchen while you're doing this. If you're not doing it yourself, make some ginger tea for them. Have them stand over the tea and let them smell the tea while the tea is being made. Because I think that's called aromatics. That is a part of the healing process. When we smell things and we get them inside of our system, that prepares us and prepares our body to eat these things. So get that pregnant woman in this kitchen. This is so important that we have ginger for pregnant women, because ginger will help cure morning sickness. If we have morning sickness, we don't want to eat anything because we're afraid we're gonna throw it up. And if we ain't eating anything, the baby's not eating anything. That's not good for anybody. So make sure that we invest and we protect and we grow all of these plants that I'm about to tell you about, because all of them are equally special. Some of them have more uses than others, but not one plant is more important than the other, because if one disappears, then that might take out 2, 3, possibly 10. We don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. But best case scenario is if we protect one of them, we protect as much as we possibly can realistically, then we not only helping them, we helping ourselves out. Same thing with the pregnant women. Let them smell this ginger tea. Because what that is going to do, the ginger is going to start easing that gag reflex and that wanting to throw up. That's going to make that go down exponentially. And we can't take shortcuts and eat the ginger candies or anything like that. We cannot take any shortcuts, because the sugar inside of the ginger candies is going to automatically cancel that out. So we want fresh ginger. We want fresh ginger. Fresh. Because the oils inside of the fresh ginger is what helps us with the gag reflex and not wanting to throw up. Then if we want to take it up a notch, you can put these key limes in at any point in time of the tea making process. I like to put it in early because I want the rinds to get in there, you know what I'm saying? Mingle with the ginger and everything. They get to talking because we can have as many herbs as we want to. We can have as many herbs as we want to. And there never be any like negative reactions from taking these. Because I'm about to put a whole bunch of herbs inside of this tea. Here's a few. Cacao, Quassia wood, Sarsaparilla, Burdock, Alfalfa, eye brights, Cayenne. Each one of these herbs are special on their own, just like you and I, just like you and I. But when we come together and we start working together, we get better results, just like you and I. So yeah, make sure that we give ginger to our pregnant women every single morning, even when we feel better, because that's another thing that we're going to deal with once we start healing people, because it's going to happen to us. We realize that once we start feeling better, I don't got to do this no more. I don't got to take it no more. And we go right back to feeling how we was feeling, and we be like, well, I tried that and it didn't work. Okay. But we ain't really being honest with ourselves, and that's how much the dis-ease is affecting our brains and our bodies. Is so deep that we lie to protect it. Like, we know that we wasn't doing what we were supposed to do. We weren't taking this regularly, but we would lie and then tell everybody that we tried. Tell everybody that we tried. Good thing for the scientific method, because it'll let you know if something will work or something won't work. And when we change our diet and we change how we talk to each other, we change how we treat each other, we change how we sleep, we get better results. Like, I'm in Texas, Dallas, Texas. And we're surrounded by racist groups. I think in 2014 we had the most racist groups in the United States. Like, Michigan had like 12, we had like 26. So that was double what second place had. And changing my diet helps me deal with a lot of things. See a lot of bullshit, prepare myself for some shit. Prepare myself for so much shit. Because people think that being white and protecting whiteness is going to be the thing that protects humanity. And that's not true, because being black and wanting to solely protect blackness is not going to be the thing that propels humanity. I want to protect black people because we're under attack. We're being murdered in the streets as of May 7, 2021. Racism is still a big thing, and fucking Klans members aren't wearing their Klans hoods anymore and going out murdering people. They just fucking rolling up in their trucks, their police cars, sitting on their gavels at their jobs, being managers and shit, and practicing it there. And I know these things, and I'm aware of it. And that's why having herbs and having a respectable diet is such a good thing. And it's a necessity, because we have three options in those situations, right? We sit down and we be the best we sit down and be the best nigga that they want us to be, then possibly we live a long life. You know what I'm saying? We grow into Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker. Not likely though. That's not always the case. Second case scenario, because races always discard their tools. Always. They always discard their tools. They use us, then they get rid of us once they realize that, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of y'all. I don't want to be around you no more. That's just it. And you don't have to do anything. They just have to feel something, and they gonna go off of that thought. Then you go, or you stand up to these motherfuckers and you speak your mind and you let them know that I am not to be fucked with because I'm a respectful and a respectable person. So you're gonna talk to me the same way I talk to you, and that's like a human being, and risk losing your job. Because we're being asked to be treated equally. Most races don't respect you defending yourself or speaking your mind. That's why all of these routes can lead to us losing our hair. Hence why the ginger is necessary. Ginger is absolutely necessary, because it has the highest concentration of magnesium that we can find in nature. That is really good, because anything that nature makes, well, I ain't gonna say anything. There are certain things in nature that we can take in excess and we will never overdose. We will never overdose. But if we take something for magnesium from a man that was man-made, and again, not all things that's man-made are bad. They got penicillin. You know what I'm saying? They figured out how to slice bread. We figured out how to slice bread. That's pretty cool. So we don't gotta be biting into the loaf no more. That's disgusting. Just a lot of things. But if we take magnesium pills from a man, those pills won't absorb, because at the most they gonna go to hydrogen and oxygen compounds in our body. At the most. Most of them only go to the oxygen ones, because they need water to break down. So oxygen. Well, I don't want to get into semantics. I'm gonna start sounding silly, but most of them don't break all the way down because they don't go to the C compound inside of our body, the carbon. And black people, us being melanated, we have lots of carbon. So everything that is in that pill that don't get absorbed by carbon inside of our body, it comes out in different ways, by constipating us through our pee, making us bloated. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So magnesium, just go to nature, change your diet. If you drinking sodas, you eating pork, yeast, artificial sugars, eating ice cold water, all of these things are a no-go. Just stop it. Start with drinking room temperature water. Eating milk, anything that's from bovine is a no. That's a hell no. But going back to Cayenne though. Cayenne. This is how I got through COVID. I don't know about everybody else, but this is how I got through COVID. My testimony. So everybody was going through COVID, right? And at some point, some form, most everybody got a symptom of COVID. And the number one symptom is diarrhea. COVID-19 is a virus that ravaged the world, and it's still ravaging the world because people are still dying to this day. And the number one reason people died was because of diarrhea. Yeah, we were dying because of diarrhea. It was a virus that we had an idea about, but we had no idea when it was coming. Some people knew because I'm pretty sure that they instigated it. You know what I'm saying? They had something in the planning of the virus. But it came and it went. And we couldn't do anything about it. And they have this shot that's going around that's supposed to be a vaccine to the virus. And we don't know if this vaccine will work. But what I do know what works with me, what helped with me was changing my diet and fasting. And I started doing research on different herbs to cure diarrhea because, again, I had COVID symptoms. I was in there thinking that I was about to die. I thought I was about to die because when you have diarrhea, how people die is all their fluids drain out their body. All their fluids drain out their body. All the electrolytes in your body are gone. I started doing research and I started trying to figure this out because Adam and Anthony, probably a few months old at this point. Probably a year, no more than that, no older than a year. And I'm sitting on this toilet and I'm thinking, I might die. I don't want to die. So I started doing research and I discovered that diarrhea is also called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. It's called irritable bowel syndrome. I gotta wrap this up because I got another herb inside of my hand I gotta tell y'all about. They say that the highest amount of cayenne that we can take at a time is a teaspoon. Remember this, teaspoon, TSPN. Teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. Take that. You can take that 3 times a day. Anything over that, this is very important. We can take 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. Anything over that will cause us to have really bad cramps. We can take 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. Anything over that will make us have really bad cramps. And if we adhere to that, we can clear out our diarrhea. We can stop it. Because with COVID, you have 7 days to clean your body out or you're gonna die. I took a teaspoon of cayenne. My diarrhea stopped that day. I also had key limes, which is very high in electrolytes. So that got me back on my feet and moving. Yeah. I wouldn't suggest that everybody else do it because I don't know how strong y'all body is or how clean it is or how long y'all haven't not been eating. I don't know. And that's why I don't tell everybody to do this. I don't suggest that people do this, but if you ask me, I do know some things that can help. And cayenne, key limes, and ginger literally saved my life. They saved my baby's lives too because they had a little run of diarrhea, and that was scary. When we put a little bit of that cayenne in their milk, everything locked up like it should. Not like they was constipated, but locked up in a positive way. Now, this is alfalfa. Can you see it? Alfalfa. This is phenomenal. This is one of my chlorophylls right here. This is one of my chlorophylls. When we have oxygen running through our body, we have good amounts of oxygen flowing through our body, we feel good. we think good and we do good. It's really good for our heart, really good for our mind and our skin. Oh, another thing I was telling you about while we talking about dealing like the racism in the workplace, our hair is falling out while we doing that. While we being the best nigga that we can, so we can possibly, we not gonna benefit. Or until they waiting to get rid of us, get bored to get rid of us, or until we gotta speak our mind and defend ourselves, our hair is falling out because those are stressful situations. You know, either sit here and hope that something good happens for me, or stand up for myself and go find something better that I know is going to be beneficial to me. But in that between that time, though, it's really hard while you're looking. It's hard as fuck, and that's scary. That's what causes a lot of people hair to fall out. And speaking of protecting our hair, red raspberry leaf. This is red raspberry leaf. Oh my goodness. You having menstruation problems, cramping, headaches, trouble sleeping, menstruation is too heavy, ladies? I'm talking specifically to you, queens. Specifically to you. The young ladies, women, bitches, and hoes. All of y'all. Because, again, all of y'all have a place. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all have a place. This would, red raspberry would do it. Have your hair looking all long and strong and silky and shit. Have you with a nice six-pack. That's one of the reasons why my six-pack be hidden, because I be taking red raspberry and I also take black seed oil. That's not going in the tea, but those are some of the things that help with our stomach, and particularly the queens with their fibroids. Help clean that out. Here is another friend of the queen and the ladies. Red clover. There's a child's game called Red Clover, Red Clover. And what we do is we run across and we try to break the lines. I have no idea how that relates, but I just remember having so much fun playing that game. And when I found out this was a herb, I was like, I gotta try it. Then when I found out that it was for how beneficial it was for our women and their hearts, I was like, man, I gotta get this to tell every woman that I meet about this. I put this in my sea moss and everything. And so if they buy some sea moss from me, they have some red clover and some red raspberry with them. Because I don't know, but from what I hear, menstruations suck. I don't know. But probably asking me how long do we boil that ginger tea, because I didn't tell y'all that. We boil the ginger tea, and I'm glad you asked. I'm glad that you asked how long we boil the tea. We boil the tea for at least 15 minutes. After that, all you gotta do is just make sure that you don't burn the tea up. Cut it down, and you can let it boil for however long you want to. The longer the better, because we're gonna eat that. Like when I shredded it down, we're gonna eat those ginger pieces that I shredded in there. And the longer they sit in there, the softer that they get. And the key lime is gonna help with the softening process. But this red clover and that red raspberry, ladies, if you're having bad menstruations or you know somebody about to start menstruating, please, or somebody in menopause, please, go give them some red raspberry and some red clover. They will thank you. They will hug your neck and they will kiss you. Go invest in the red raspberry and the red clover. All right, see right here, y'all can't see this, but I can. I have two of these. Blessed Stettle, and two versions of Blessed Stettle, because it's that good. I got the leaf version and I got the root. They say the root is really where it's at. I don't know. I don't know. And they look different. They look completely different. So this is like more greenish. You probably can't tell. It's more greenish in the look because it's the leaf, and the root is brown. I don't know which one is more filling, but when I think about it, I think the root is where it's at. But I usually just take both of them together because, again, you can never have too many herbs. Never too many herbs. Certain things we have to watch out for, like cayenne. But if you ask somebody that's well versed or somebody who has experience with it, not somebody that's just beginning, because I've been taking herbs for a long time. I've been taking herbs for a long time. I first got exposed to sea moss in college, and I wasn't ready at that time. I was not ready at that time, and I rejected it, but I remember that experience and how it made me feel. And it wasn't no bad feeling. It was just, I had to use the taste, and I wasn't ready to, I wasn't ready. Get this camera right. I wasn't ready to be like, you know what? I want to give up eating cheeseburgers and shit. I'm in college. When I'm 20, fresh out of jail, I'm not making the best decisions. But I do thank those people for giving me those herbs because that stuck with me. Even though I didn't take it at that moment, them talking to me stuck with me. And I appreciate that. And I still talk to people the same way they talk to me that to this day. Look, you don't got to do anything. But if you're willing to listen and you really want to change, I will give you some information and possibly something that might be beneficial to you to make you get closer to that change, if you want to. That's only if you want to. So this right here is stinging nettle. This is another one of my chlorophylls. This is going to help with that hunger feeling and those sugar cravings. So much. I love sweets. Yeah, anything sweet, I love it. But I'm replacing that craving, that urge, and that wanting, that desire with other kind of sweets. You know, I'm going out, I'm reading stuff. I got a bag of apples. I got 2 bags of apples because I know that I will run through some apples, and I also got a bag of mangoes I got over there sitting ripening. But I'll be right back. Always wash your hands when you leave the bathroom. Don't never take a shit without being able to take a shower. If you're out in public, some things you can't help. I'm about to wash my hands real quick. Yeah, stinging nettle is very, very powerful. It's very, very helpful. If we still feel hungry after we have some stinging nettle, add the blood stuff. And if we still feel hungry after that, all the while we taking sea moss and Bladderwach and, you know what I'm saying, Sarsaparilla, because those aren't, we're not just taking the stinging nettle and the blood stuff by itself. We're taking them together with other herbs because, again, once we take other things, once we put things together that want to work together, it works better. So we still feeling hungry after we taking sting nettle and blessed nettle, sea moss, bladderwach, sarsaparilla. Most likely, it's a parasite. There's a parasite. And that is a whole different cleanse, because if we have an entity inside of us that is draining our energy, the life out of us, our iron, our blood, of course we're going to feel tired. We're not going to be in no good mood, and we're always going to be hungry. And this herb right here will help with that process. It won't get rid of them. It won't get rid of them, but it will start the process. I love Quassia wood so much. I do. Woo! Quassia wood has changed my life. Oh my gosh. Get you some bitter herbs. That's all I'm gonna say. Get you some bitter herbs. Get this. I take 2 teaspoons, at least 1 to 3 times a day. 1 to 3 times a day. This is a half a teaspoon right here. So I gotta put 4 of these in there to get 2. What Quassia wood acts like, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, what I think is like a fiber. And it moves things out of our system in a way, in a cleansing and healing way. In a cleansing and healing way. And once I start taking this, I can feel the herbs absorbing inside of my body a lot better. So much better. I can't tell you how helpful Quassia has been to me. Like, you see my chest? The vitamin D that I was taking, essentially, let me go get it. This vitamin D that I was taking, it has soy in it. It has soy. You probably definitely can't see it, but Star Valley, the first ingredient on there, soybean oil. We don't fuck with soy at all. I had to change it to this. Smarter vitamins. Had to change it to this. Because I started feeling my body do things. And I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Like, if I wasn't taking the Quassia wood, my digestive tract would have never been clear, so I can be aware of something was slowing me down. If we don't have a clear digestion, if we don't have a clear if we don't have a clear why am I having so much trouble saying that word? If we don't have a clear digestive tract, if we don't have a clear digestive, if our intestines aren't clear, it's going to be a lot harder to feel the herbs. It's going to be a lot harder to feel the herbs. And Quassia wood made me aware of that. Something was slowing me down. I'm about to throw this away. The Spring Valley threw those away. I'm good. And this one right here. I would say that I have a favorite herb, but that wouldn't be true. But if I did, Sarsaparilla will be at the top of that motherfucking list because Sarsaparilla has the highest concentration of iron that we can find in nature. That is really good. That is fucking phenomenal. I'm putting a lot in here too. I put the same amount of Quassia wood that I did in Sarsaparilla because I like it that much. We can have as much iron as we want to, and it's the only time. I'm sorry, not the only time, because we have Burdock. We also have Burdock, and sea moss has iron in it, and I think key limes have iron in it. So, yeah. These are one of the few times that we can have as much iron as we want to, and it's not going to affect us. And another prime example, I got a bag of Burdock, straight from the mid. I don't know if it's from the Midwest, but this is a herb that grows wild in the Midwest. And I wonder how they survive out there and in those cold temperatures, staying by that fucking lake. And Burdock certainly has something to do with it. Because when we got iron in our body, we don't feel as cold. We're not as tired. We can focus. We don't get sick as much. Burdock is a very robust herb when it comes to iron. Like it's thick with that shit. I love it. Here is the second blessed that I was telling y'all about. Never too much herbs. Never too much. Blessed thistle is gonna kill that feeling of hunger, that empty feeling in our stomach. It's gonna take up a lot of space. It also helps women when they're trying to lactate. So I highly suggest after your pregnancy, go invest in some sea moss, some Bladderwach, some Sarsaparilla, some blessed thistle, and some stinging nettle. Because what this is going to do is going to help her, help our women, our queens, our sisters, our mothers produce milk, and it's going to keep them in that shape while they was in before, if not in a better shape after the baby, so they can continue to produce milk. And these herbs are just going to take all this excess that was inside of her, and it's just going to sculpt her body and give all of these building blocks to our babies. And sea moss, sarsaparilla, Bladderwach, stinging nettle, and blessed thistle are essential. Can never have too many herbs. Some things we have to watch out for, but for the most part, the shit other than Cayenne, all of these herbs you can have as much of as you want to. I'm just taking teaspoons here, half a teaspoon there, 2 teaspoons there. But for the most part, most everything is a teaspoon. I took a lot of iron because, I was at the house by myself. So, I'm feeling a little sad, trying to pick myself up. I will. Cacao. Oh, that was Albright, right? So that was a tea that we use for our eyes. And nature is wild because it tells us what to eat based on how things look. And the fucking Albright herb looks like an eye. Yeah. So nature was looking at us and it was like, you know what? I love you. Let me give you something to eat. Because you can't see. Then I'ma shape it like an eye. So you can't never mistake what it is. And I love Mother Nature for that. I love Mother Earth for that. Yeah. It's a woman because you put a seed in the ground, you get a tree back. You can't put anything inside of a male. No, well, let me speak for me. You can't put anything inside of me and expect to get anything back. You can feed me, but just depending on how you act. You know what I'm saying? Or what kind of situation I am in. It just all depends. Because if I'm able to help you, I will. But if people acting like, oh, I did this for you, or even if I'm doing that, then that's what make people not want to help you. But Mother Nature is selfless, forever giving, forgiving. She's powerful. And I'm 100% sure that this world is a woman. Or what will be the equivalent to a woman in our standards anyway. It's just me. It's me. Ain't gonna take no urge without telling you what I'm doing, because you're probably interested. Woo! This Bladderwach right here. Focus. Focus. Basilicus. Focus basilicus. Bladderwach. Oh my goodness. We only need 1/4 of a teaspoon of Bladderwach. That's all we need. We just need 1/4 of a teaspoon of Bladderwach. When I tell you that that's all we need, don't put yourself through any more or extra trauma trying to take more than what you need. Because 1/4 of a teaspoon is going to have you good all day. If you've been craving potato chips, been feeling bloated, you've been able to go to the bathroom, Bladderwach is going to take care of you. And all you need is just a teeny tiny dab. Just a dab. Your eyes will be stronger, your bones will be stronger, be feeling more balanced, your skin will be looking good, you ain't gonna have no wrinkle spots in your skin. 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I'm not putting this, don't put this in your tea. Please do not put this in your tea. Take this like a BC powder and just dump it on your tongue. I'm about to show you right now. Take at least 8 ounces of water because this shit is salty. But it works. I have good looking teeth, strong eyes, good skin, strong bones. Let's take this tea over here that's been boiling for quite a while now. Let's pour it in our super tea. This is a fucking meal right here. This is what I do. So I forgot to say about the cacao. The cacao is really good too for magnesium. Oh my gosh. If you are in the wintertime and you drink some cacao tea, it's gonna warm you right up. Cause I don't know what it does, but for some reason it makes, it's like insulating, in my opinion, like it insulates you. Okay, let's pour this up. So I still got a little bit of tea left. I'm gonna save this, come back for it later because there's usually some residue at the bottom of the tea. And what I do is I just pour the rest of the tea in there and get that, because that's still some really good stuff down there. That's really good. It's trying to hide from us. It's so good. Jen, this is our morning tea, morning routine. Our very, very powerful tea. I hope you try this and you enjoy it. You don't got to go to the same company that I went to. Essentially, what I would hope is that everybody has their own garden and they growing their own array of herbs. And then you can go to our name and be like, hey, look, you got the stinging nettle over there. Okay, I got the blessed nettle. You know what I'm saying? I got some burdock growing back here or some cayenne. You get that, then we're going to pass it out through the neighborhood, and we're going to help as many people out that want our help. Essentially, hopefully one day. But yeah, thank y'all. I'm about to... Oh. One more thing before I can check out. Invest in some agave. Please. The brand doesn't matter. As long as it's organic through agave. This is who I invest with, and they have some pretty reliable agave. But we're not trying to hurt nobody. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We don't want to teach you how to do anything but make people want to be the best them that they possibly can be, and be the best you that you can possibly be. And if you can't take this spicy bitter tea, that is okay. But if you need something a little extra to make this a little bit more tolerable, agave. Pour as much of agave as you want to in there. Not honey, agave. Okay? It's gonna make it sweet and it's gonna make it tolerable. So get you some agave. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there myself because I'm gonna spoil myself a little bit. But yeah. Alright. Peace and power be with y'all. I love talking to y'all because y'all a great audience. And I enjoy passing this knowledge on so y'all can pass it on to other people. But y'all enjoy yourselves.